My girlfriend said your best friend hit on me. I'm going to his place to confront him. Alone. I replied, understood. Then he texted me a screenshot of her flirty messages to him from last week. An hour later, she was calling me in tears saying, I, 27 male, was in a meeting when my phone started buzzing. Tuesday, 2:34 p.m., my girlfriend of 2 years. Your best friend hit on me last night. Like seriously crossed the line. I'm going to his apartment right now to confront him. Alone. He needs to hear this from me, woman to man. My stomach dropped. My best friend, the guy who'd been my roommate in college, stood up at my brother's wedding, helped me move 3 times? That didn't sound right. Wait, what happened exactly? And why go to his place alone? Because this is between me and him. You just get emotional and it would turn into a whole thing. I need to set boundaries myself, already on my way. Something felt wrong, really wrong, but she'd sent the text and was apparently already in motion. Call me after? Sure. Don't wait up though, this might take a while. I tried calling my best friend, straight to voicemail, texted him, hey man, girlfriend says you hit on her, WTF is going on? 3 minutes later, my phone rang. Him. Bro, I need you to sit down. What the hell happened last night? Nothing happened, that's the point. But something's about to happen and you need to see this before she gets to my place. My email pinged. He'd sent me a PDF. 23 pages of screenshots, text messages between him and my girlfriend, starting from 3 weeks ago. I opened it. Felt the meeting room spin. Week 1, her messages were innocent. Asking about his day, sending memes, saying we should all hang out more. Week 2, they got flirtier. Her telling him he looked really good at the barbecue, asking if he ever got lonely living alone, sending him a photo of her new outfit, asking his opinion. It was lingerie. Week 3, last week, she'd gotten aggressive, asking if he'd ever thought about her that way, saying she felt chemistry between them, asking if he wanted to get drinks, just the 2 of us. Every single message he'd deflected or ignored. When he couldn't ignore, he'd redirect to include me. Yeah, the 3 of us should grab drinks soon. The last exchange was from last night. He's at his brother's place overnight. Want to come keep me company? I'm bored and lonely. That's inappropriate. You're dating my best friend. What he doesn't know won't hurt him, unless you want him to know. I want you to stop. This isn't okay. Your loss, but I think we both know you're tempted. I'm not. Please stop messaging me like this. That was sent at 11:43 p.m. last night. I called him back. She's setting you up. I know. She's coming here to make a move, and when I reject her again, she's gonna tell you I came on to her. That's why I'm sending this now. I should have told you sooner, but I kept thinking maybe I was overreacting. You weren't. I'm coming to your place. Right now. She said she's on her way. Good. I want to be there when she arrives. I left work, told my boss I had an emergency. Drove to his apartment doing 20 over the limit. I got there at 3:17 p.m. Her car was already in the parking lot. My best friend buzzed me up. She got here 5 minutes ago. I haven't opened the door. She's been knocking and calling my phone. I could hear it as I came down his hallway. Her voice through his door. Come on, open up. I know you're home. We need to talk about this. I walked up behind her. About what? She spun around. The look on her face, shock, then panic. Then quick calculation to innocent confusion. Baby, what are you doing here? Interesting question. What are you doing here? I told you. He hit on me and I'm confronting him. My best friend opened his door, stood there with his arms crossed. Tell him what you really want. Her face went red. I already told him. You made me uncomfortable last night with your texts and your... Show him your phone, I said quietly. What? Your phone. Show me the texts where he hit on you. I deleted them, because they were gross and I didn't want to see them again. Convenient. I pulled out my phone. Want to see what he didn't delete? I watched her face cycle through emotions as I scrolled through the PDF. Denial, fear, anger, then finally, defiance. Those are taken out of context. What context makes asking if he wants you to come over when I'm gone okay? I was testing him to see if he was really your friend. My best friend laughed, actually laughed. Testing me for 3 weeks, including the lingerie photo. I never sent you. She stopped, realized he hadn't mentioned the lingerie in front of me until just now. You told him about that? Lady, I documented everything because I knew this was coming. She turned to me, tears starting. Baby, please. This isn't what it looks like. I was feeling insecure about us, and I made bad choices, but nothing happened. I never touched him. Because he kept saying no. But I stopped. See? I realized it was wrong, and I stopped. You stopped last night? Then showed up here today to, what exactly? Her mouth opened, closed. To tell him he crossed a line. He crossed a line by rejecting you? No, by making me feel like. She couldn't finish the sentence. There was no way to finish it that made sense. Get in the car, I said. What? You're following me home. We're going to talk, but not here. I'm not going. You're either getting in your car and following me, or I'm leaving you here to explain to him why you really came. Your choice. She got in her car. The drive back to our apartment was surreal. Watched her in my rearview mirror the whole way. She was on her phone, texting frantically. We got inside and she immediately went on the offensive. You humiliated me. In front of him, taking his side automatically. I saw the messages. Messages that could mean anything. I was being friendly. You asked him to come over when I was gone. As friends, you sent him a lingerie photo. I was asking fashion advice. The mental gymnastics were incredible. I almost admired it. Pack your stuff. She froze. What? We're done. I want you out today. You're breaking up with me over a misunderstanding? I'm breaking up with you for repeatedly hitting on my best friend, lying about it, and then trying to frame him for harassment. I didn't frame anyone. What were you going to tell me after your confrontation with him? Silence. Were you going to say he came on to you? More silence. That's what I thought. Pack your stuff. My brother's coming over in an hour to supervise. I don't need supervision. This is my home too. It's my apartment. Lease is in my name. You've been living here, but you don't have tenant rights. That's not legal. Actually, it is. Checked with my lawyer friend already. Her face went through several emotions before landing on rage. You called a lawyer before even talking to me? You planned this whole thing. I planned for you to be dishonest. I was right. She grabbed her phone. I'm calling my mom. Cool. She can help you pack. Update 1. Her mom showed up before my brother did. Fantastic. The woman burst through the door like a tornado. What did you do to my daughter? Hi, nice to see you too. She's in there crying, says you're kicking her out. She hit on my best friend repeatedly. I'm ending the relationship. She needs to collect her belongings. Her mom looked at my girlfriend, who was indeed crying on the couch. Is that true? He's twisting it. I was being friendly, and they're both making it into something it wasn't. I pulled up the screenshots on my phone, handed it to her mom. Watched her face as she read. Saw the exact moment she got to the lingerie photo. Her expression went from protective mama bear to disappointed and angry. What were you thinking? Mom, you don't understand. You sent a picture of yourself in underwear to your boyfriend's friend? It wasn't underwear, it was a bodysuit. That's semantics. Her mom looked at me. I'm sorry. I didn't know. It's fine. I just need her stuff out of here today. My girlfriend stood up. You can't do this. Half the furniture is mine. Which half? The bookshelf, and the coffee table, and the toaster. The bookshelf I bought when we moved in. The coffee table was my mom's. The toaster was a gift from my work. Want to try again? I paid for groceries, and you ate them. That's how groceries work. My brother walked in. Oh good, we're already yelling. Love that. Her mom actually looked relieved to see another adult. Can you talk some sense into him? Ma'am, I've seen the screenshots. She brought this on herself. Thank you, I said. My girlfriend tried a new angle. What about all the dinners I cooked? The cleaning I did? I gave up 2 years of my life. You lived here rent-free for 6 months while I paid everything. Your contribution was appreciated, but doesn't entitle you to my stuff. This is financial abuse. My brother snorted. That's not what that means. You're all ganging up on me, her mom sighed. Sweetie, get your things. We'll talk about this at home. I'm not leaving. You don't have a choice, I said. You're not on the lease. I'm asking you to leave. If you refuse, I call the police for trespassing. You wouldn't. I pulled out my phone, started dialing. Fine, fine. She stormed into the bedroom. The packing took 2 hours. She tried to claim the TV, the PlayStation, the coffee maker, even the damn bath mat. Her mom had to keep telling her no. The best part was when she grabbed a framed photo of us from the hallway. I'm taking this. Why? I asked. Memory of when you were someone different? She threw it at the wall. Glass shattered everywhere. My brother stepped forward. Okay, that's destruction of property. Her mom grabbed her arm. Stop. You're making this worse. Finally, everything was loaded into her mom's car. Took 3 trips. My girlfriend stood in the doorway. You're gonna regret this. Probably not. He's not your friend. He wanted this to happen. He's been waiting for a chance to break us up. By rejecting you repeatedly and documenting your harassment? Weird strategy. You're so stupid. You'll realize what you lost. Lost what? A girlfriend who tried to cheat on me? Her mom pulled her toward the door. Come on, let's go. I loved you. She was full on sobbing now. I made a mistake, but I loved you. You loved what I provided? Apartment, stability, someone you could take for granted. That's not the same thing. She left. Finally, my brother and I stood in the apartment, looking at the broken glass from the photo frame. You good? He asked. Getting there. He helped me clean up. We ordered pizza, ate it in silence for a while. Can I say something without you getting mad? He asked. Probably not, but go ahead. I never liked her. I laughed. First time in hours. Yeah, I'm getting that feedback a lot today. Update 2. The next 2 weeks were absolutely insane. Day 1. She texted me 30 times. Started with apologies, moved to anger, ended with threats. I didn't respond to any of them. Day 2. Her best friend called. You need to give her another chance. She made a mistake, but she's sorry. Did she show you the screenshots? What screenshots? I sent them. 5 minutes later, oh, never mind. Day 3. She showed up at my workplace. Security stopped her at the front desk. She tried to say she was my girlfriend and had forgotten something in my car. I told them we'd broken up and she had no reason to be there. She screamed loud enough that people from other floors heard it. Day 4. My best friend called. She's texting me again. What's she saying? That I ruined her life. That I should tell the truth about what really happened. That she's going to make sure everyone knows what kind of person I am. Save all of it. You might need a restraining order. Day 5. She posted on social media. Long post about toxic masculinity and men who gang up on women and how she tried to warn me about a predator, but I chose male friendship over female safety. The comments were split. Her friends supported her. Our mutual friends asked questions. I didn't comment, didn't need to. 3 people who knew the full story commented with variations of, "That's not what happened and you know it." She deleted the post within an hour. Day 6. Her mom called me. I need you to understand something. My daughter has issues with boundaries, with honesty. I've been trying to get her into therapy for years. I appreciate you telling me, but we're done. I know. I'm not asking you to take her back. I'm asking you to get a restraining order before this gets worse. Worse how? She's talking about going back to your apartment, about making him pay. I'm not sure if she means you or your friend. I'm worried. I thanked her and called my lawyer friend. Started restraining order paperwork. Day 8. My best friend's car got keyed. Deep scratches all along the driver's side. His security camera caught her doing it. 2:37 a.m., hoodie up, but her face was clear in one frame. He filed a police report, showed them the texts, the harassment timeline, everything. They went to her mom's house to talk to her. She denied everything, said she was home all night. Her mom couldn't confirm it. She'd been asleep. The police told her they had video evidence. She said the video must be fake. They told her she could either pay for the damages or face vandalism charges. She paid $1,400. Her mom wrote the check. Day 10. I got a text from a number I didn't recognize. This is your girlfriend's sister. What you're doing to her is evil. She's having panic attacks. She can't eat. She can't sleep. You've destroyed her. She destroyed herself. She hit on my best friend and lied about it. That's your side of the story. No, that's what the screenshots prove. Screenshots can be faked. So your sister sent lingerie photos to my best friend, got rejected, showed up at his apartment uninvited, keyed his car, and I'm the bad guy? No response. Day 12. My apartment building manager called. Your ex-girlfriend tried to get a key to your apartment, said she'd locked herself out and left her ID inside. She doesn't live here anymore. That's what I told her. She got upset, said you were keeping her belongings hostage. I told her she'd need a police escort if she wanted to retrieve property, and she left. Thanks for the heads up. Also, she asked if we had cameras in the parking garage. I said yes. She looked not happy about that. Great, she was planning something. Day 14. The restraining order was granted. Temporary one, hearing scheduled for next month. My best friend got one too. She had to be served at her mom's house. Her mom texted me after. Thank you. Maybe this will force her to get help. Update 3. 3 weeks since the breakup. The restraining order hearing was yesterday. She showed up with a lawyer, bargain attorney, who looked annoyed to be there. My lawyer presented the timeline of messages, screenshots of her harassment, evidence of her showing up at my workplace, evidence of her keying my best friend's car, witness statements from my brother and her own mother. Her lawyer tried to argue that I was retaliating against a bad breakup and that her behavior was a normal emotional response to rejection. The judge looked at the lingerie screenshot, looked at her. Ma'am, you sent provocative photos to your boyfriend's friend, showed up at his apartment unannounced, vandalized his vehicle, and attempted to access your ex's residence through deception. That's not a normal emotional response. That's a pattern of escalating behavior. Her lawyer tried again. Your Honor, my client was in a vulnerable emotional state, which is why she needs professional help, not access to the people she's been harassing. Restraining order is granted for 1 year. No contact, direct or indirect. Stay at least 500 feet away from both petitioners, their residences, and their workplaces. She started crying. This isn't fair. They're lying about me. The judge looked tired. The evidence is clear. You have the right to appeal, but I suggest you use this time to get counseling instead. Outside the courthouse, she was still crying. Her lawyer was talking to her, probably about the bill. My best friend and I walked to our cars. Didn't look back. Think she'll actually stay away? He asked. Her mom's pretty done with this. I think she'll keep her in line. What about you? You doing okay? Honestly, not really. Felt like crap. Not heartbroken over her specifically. That died when I saw the screenshots. But the betrayal stung, the lies, the manipulation, the way she turned on me so fast when caught. I'll be fine, I said. Want to grab food? Yeah, that sounds good. We went to this burger place we'd been going to since college. Sat in the same booth we always sat in. Talked about normal stuff, work, his sister's new baby, the upcoming football season. Felt almost normal, almost. Got home around 8 p.m. Apartment was quiet. Had been trying to get used to living alone again. Weird how much space one person takes up when they're gone. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. I'm sorry. I know I'm not supposed to contact you, but I need you to know I'm getting help. I'm in therapy. I'm working on myself. I hope someday you can forgive me. I showed my lawyer. She said to document it, but don't respond. Violation of the restraining order, but a minor one. Unless it continued. I blocked the number. Another text, different number. Please, I just need you to understand. Block that one too. A third number. Why are you ignoring me? I'm trying to apologize. Screenshot all of them. Sent them to my lawyer. She called. I'm contacting her lawyer. This stops now or she's in contempt. It stopped. 2 days later, her mom called. I took her phone. I'm monitoring her. She won't contact you again. Thank you. For what it's worth, you did the right thing. She needs to face consequences. I enabled her too long. That was a week ago. No contact since. As for me, doing okay. Not great. Trust issues are real. Keep second-guessing every interaction, every relationship. But I've got good people. My brother checks in. My best friend and I are solid. Might have actually gotten closer through this mess. Started going to therapy myself. Trying to work through the anger and betrayal without letting it poison everything else. Apartment's starting to feel like mine again. Rearranged furniture, got rid of some stuff that reminded me of her. Kept the PlayStation and the TV. The important things. Work's been good. Actually got that promotion I'd been working toward. Extra money helps with the legal fees at least. My best friend asked if I'd start dating again. Eventually, not yet. Take your time, but don't let her ruin you for other people. Good advice. Hard to follow, but good advice. Ran into her coworker at coffee shop yesterday. She looked uncomfortable. Hey, how are you? Good. You? Better. Listen, I'm sorry about everything. Not your fault. She's telling everyone you ganged up on her with your friend, that you're both obsessed with her. Let her tell it however she needs to. For what it's worth, Nobody at work believes her. We saw how she talked about your friend before. It was weird. Weird how? Like she was obsessed with him, constantly bringing him up. We all thought something was going on. So other people had seen it. That was validating in a messed up way. Thanks for telling me. Got home, made dinner, watched TV, normal stuff. Life moving forward. Got a letter in the mail today. Her mom. Dear my name, I wanted to apologize for my daughter's behavior and for initially taking her side. The restraining order was the wake-up call she needed. She's in therapy twice a week and on medication for what her therapist thinks might be borderline personality disorder. I'm not asking you to forgive her or contact her. Just wanted you to know she's getting help. Her father and I are making sure she follows through. Thank you for protecting yourself and your friend. Weird to get closure from her mom instead of her. But I'll take it. That's where I'm at. Single. Slightly traumatized, working on myself. My best friend's coming over this weekend. We're gonna play video games and eat garbage food and not talk about feelings. Sounds perfect. My girlfriend screamed, I can't believe you actually left. After she told me to get out during a fight. I said, you told me to leave. I listened. Then I stopped answering her calls. Her shock that I'd actually taken her seriously was my final answer. Original post I, 29 male, am writing this from a Holiday Inn Express that smells aggressively of lavender and old carpet. It's 2 a.m. on a Tuesday, and I'm pretty sure my relationship of 4 years just evaporated because I finally decided to follow instructions. Let's set the stage. I've been living with Qley, 27 female, for 2 years. I pay the rent, she pays the utilities and groceries. It seemed fair on paper, considering I make significantly more as a logistics coordinator, while she's a freelance social media consultant, which mostly means she scrolls TikTok and occasionally posts for a local boutique. Our dynamic has always been volatile. Qley loves the drama. She subscribes to that toxic idea that if you aren't fighting, you don't have passion. I, on the other hand, just want to come home, eat a decent meal, and maybe play an hour of Helldivers before passing out. The fight started over something stupid. It always does. This time, I didn't look excited enough about her best friend's gender reveal party next weekend. Apparently, my grunt of acknowledgement was a personal attack on her character. It escalated. We went from you don't care about my friends, to you don't care about me, to you're wasting my prime years in under 10 minutes. It's a script we've rehearsed a dozen times. Usually I apologize, I buy her flowers, we make up, rinse, repeat. But tonight was different. I had a headache the size of Texas, and I just wasn't engaging. I sat on the couch, staring at the TV, which infuriated her. She stood in front of the screen, arms crossed, doing that thing where she taps her foot, waiting for me to explode. Are you even listening to me? She shrieked. I'm listening, Qley. I just don't agree that my lack of enthusiasm for pink or blue smoke makes me a sociopath. That was the trigger. She pointed at the door. The classic move. If you're going to be such a miserable drain on my energy, then get out. Just get out, Jason. I don't want you here. In the past, I would have said, babe, let's calm down, or this is my apartment too. Tonight, something snapped. It wasn't anger. It was just exhaustion, pure unadulterated fatigue. Okay, I said. I stood up, I walked to the bedroom. I grabbed my duffel bag. She followed me, still yelling. Oh, now you're running away? Typical, you can't handle a real conversation. I packed 3 days of clothes, my toiletries, my laptop, my passport, habit. And crucially, I grabbed the spare key to my car and the folder from the filing cabinet that has my lease agreement and birth certificate. I walked back to the living room. She was standing there, hands on hips, smirk on her face. She thought this was part of the dance. She thought I was bluffing. You're pathetic, she sneered. Where are you gonna go? You have no friends who will put up with you. You told me to leave, I said, putting on my shoes, so I'm leaving. I opened the door. Her face changed. The smirk dropped. It wasn't regret yet, it was confusion. Like a dog watching a magic trick. Wait, she said. If you walk out that door, don't think you're coming back tonight. I don't plan to. I closed the door. I heard it through the wood. I can't believe you actually left. Jason, get back here. I took the elevator down, got in my car, drove 3 exits down the highway to this hotel. I turned my phone on Do Not Disturb for everyone except my parents and my boss. Since I checked in 3 hours ago, I have 14 missed calls from her. 3 from her mom, and a text preview that says, "Stop being a baby and come home." I ordered Thai food. Here's the kicker though. I have a Ring doorbell camera. I installed it because packages kept getting swiped. I checked the feed about 20 minutes after I arrived at the hotel. At 9:45 p.m., maybe 30 minutes after I left, a car pulled up. A guy got out. It was Justin. Justin is the guy she told me not to worry about. The guy from her gym who is just super friendly and needs advice on his career. She opened the door for him. She was wearing my oversized hoodie. She was smiling. She handed him a beer before the door even closed. She kicked me out because she wanted the apartment empty. The fight was manufactured. The passion was a smokescreen. I'm not sad. I'm not even really angry yet. I'm just done. I have the lease in my hand. It's in my name. She's listed as an occupant, not a lessee. I called the landlord's emergency line and left a voicemail saying I wouldn't be in the unit for a few days, but to call me if there were any noise complaints. Now I'm going to sleep. Tomorrow, I start the eviction of my life. Update 1. 2 days later. The adrenaline has worn off, and now we are in the cold hard logistics phase of the breakup. And let me tell you, the entitlement is staggering. I stayed at the hotel until checkout the next morning, then went to work. I function better when I'm busy. At 10 a.m., the do not disturb wall crumbled. I decided to check the damage. Texts from Qley. Last night, stop ignoring me. It's not funny. Last night, Justin came over to comfort me because I was crying. You're lucky I have friends who actually care. This morning, 7 a.m. Where are you? I need the car to get to my lash appointment. You took the spare tea? This morning, 9:30 a.m. Jason, pick up. The internet is down. I almost laughed out loud in the break room. The internet wasn't down. I had just changed the password remotely via the ISP app. Petty? Maybe, but the bill is in my name, and I wasn't about to let Justin stream Netflix on my dime while I paid for hotel Wi-Fi. I didn't reply. Instead, I called my landlord, Derek. Derek is a 60-year-old retired Marine who tolerates zero nonsense. We have a good relationship because I pay early and fix my own leaky faucets. Derek, hey, it's Jason in 4B. Listen, Qley and I are done. I'm currently not in the unit. She's still there. I need to know my options for removing an occupant. Derek grunted. She on the lease? Listed as occupant. I'm the leaseholder. State law says if she's been there more than 30 days, she's a tenant at will. You gotta give her 30 days written notice to vacate, unless she does something to violate the lease terms. Like what? Damage, illegal activity, unauthorized long-term guests, noise complaints. Okay, thanks Derek. I went back to work. At lunch I finally texted her back. I'm not coming back, we're over. I saw Justin come over 20 minutes after I left. Don't bother lying. You have 30 days to move out. I'll be sending formal notice via email and certified mail. Her response was immediate. Qley, LMAO, you're joking, right? You can't kick me out. This is my home. And Justin is just a friend. You're being paranoid and abusive. Come home, apologize, and maybe I'll forgive you for abandoning me. She really thought she still held the cards. She thought this was just another episode she could manage. That evening, I went to stay with my buddy Mike. Mike is an attorney, not in family law. He does corporate contract stuff. But he knows enough to be dangerous. We were sitting on his patio having a beer when my phone pinged. Bank of America fraud alert. Attempted charge $450 Bliss Spa and Salon. Authorization. Decline? I hit decline so hard I almost cracked my screen. She tried to use the emergency credit card I kept in the kitchen drawer. The one I told her was strictly for house emergencies, like a burst pipe or a broken furnace. Apparently, a balayage is an emergency. 5 minutes later, my phone rang. It was Qley. I let it go to voicemail. Then a text, why is the card not working? I'm at the counter and it's embarrassing. Fix it. I replied, that card is for emergencies. Hair dye isn't an emergency. Use your own money. I don't have $450 right now. My freelance check hasn't cleared. You always pay for this. This is financial abuse. We aren't together. I don't pay for your life anymore. Ask Justin. That set off a bomb. She started blowing up my phone with threats. She was going to tell everyone I was controlling. She was going to tell my boss I was harassing her. She was going to destroy my gaming setup. Mike looked at the texts. valuables. Dude, if she threatens property damage, you need to get in there with a police escort to retrieve your valuables. Now, so yesterday morning, that's what I did. I called the non-emergency line, explained I was the leaseholder, leaving a domestic situation, and needed a civil standby to retrieve expensive equipment because of documented threats. They met me at the apartment at 11 a.m. I unlocked the door. The smell hit me first. Stale beer and weed. The lease has a strict no-smoking policy. Kayla was on the couch, wrapped in a blanket. Justin was in the kitchen, wearing my robe, making coffee with my espresso machine. When the two uniformed officers walked in behind me, Kayla jumped up like she'd been tasered. "What is this, Jason? You called the cops?" "Just here to get my stuff, ma'am," the officer said calmly. "Keep it civil." Justin looked terrified. He tried to shuffle past us to the bedroom. "Hey," I said to him. "Take off the robe." "What?" he squeaked. "The robe, it's mine. Take it off." He looked at the cop. The cop shrugged. "It's his property, son." Justin literally took off the robe right there in the kitchen, standing in his boxers, and handed it to me. It was humiliating for him, and I admit, I enjoyed it. I went to the office. My gaming PC, monitors, and the PS5 were still there. I packed them up. I took my clothes. I took the expensive whiskey collection. I took the Dyson vacuum. I paid for it. Kayla followed me around, screaming the whole time. "You can't take the vacuum. How am I supposed to clean?" "Not my problem." "You're taking the TV from the bedroom? That's cruel. I bought it in 2019. Before I met you, check the receipt." I left them with the couch. Her parents bought it, the bed, and the kitchen stuff. As I was leaving, I handed her a large envelope. "What's this?" she snapped. 30-day notice to vacate. Derek has a copy. Timer starts today. She threw the envelope at my head. It missed. "I'm not leaving," she shrieked. "I have rights. I'll squat. You'll have to drag me out." "We'll see," I said. I walked out. But here's the twist I didn't expect. As I was loading my car, Derek, the landlord, walked up. He had a grim look on his face. "Jason," he said, "I got complaints last night. Loud music, weed smell in the hallway. Mrs. Higgins in 4A said there were people coming in and out all night." "I wasn't there, Derek. I was at a hotel." I showed him the receipt on my phone. "I believe you," he said. "But she is your guest, your responsibility. She's refusing to leave." Derek cracked his knuckles. "Lease says no smoking. Lease says no guests for more than 3 days without approval. Lease says no noise violations." He looked up at my balcony. "If I smell smoke one more time, I'm not evicting her. I'm evicting you for lease violation. And since she's an occupant, she goes down with the ship. Only difference is, an eviction on your record ruins your credit. An eviction on hers, well, she doesn't have credit anyway, does she?" It was a threat, but it gave me an idea. "Derek, if I surrender the apartment, if I break the lease and pay the penalty, does that force her out immediately?" He chewed his lip. "Technically. If the lease ends, her right to occupy ends. If she stays, she's trespassing. But she'd be on the hook for the break fee. 2 months rent. 2 months rent is $3,600, a lot of money. But the look on Justin's face when I took my robe back? Priceless." I told Derek, "Give me 24 hours to think about it." I went back to Mike's place. Kayla posted a photo on Instagram an hour ago. It's a selfie of her and Justin holding glasses of wine. Caption: "Real love sticks around when things get tough. Thankful for my rock. Stash new beginnings. Toxic free." She's drinking my $80 Cabernet. I think I'm going to call Derek in the morning. Update 2. 5 days later. Things have escalated from messy breakup to legal warfare. And honestly, I'm here for it. After seeing that Instagram post, I made the decision. I wasn't going to wait 30 days for her to trash my apartment, smoke weed in it, and play house with Justin while I paid the rent. I called Derek the next morning. "I'm terminating the lease," I said. "I'll pay the 2-month break fee. When can we execute this?" Derek, bless his heart, was ready. "I can have the paperwork ready by noon. Since you've already vacated, we just need to do a walkthrough. But since she is still there, it's tricky. What if I explicitly surrender possession to you? Tell you I've moved out and anyone remaining is a squatter." "It's a gray area," Derek admitted. "But here's the thing. I did a surprise inspection of the HVAC filters this morning. Standard maintenance. She wouldn't let me in. Claimed she was indisposed. That's a violation of the lease right there. Refusal of entry for maintenance." "So?" So, I posted a 7-day notice to cure or quit on the door. For the smoking and the refusal of entry, she has 7 days to fix the violation or leave. If she doesn't, I file for eviction on day 8. She won't leave, I said. I know, Derek chuckled. But here's the fun part. Since you are voluntarily terminating and paying the fee, I'm removing your name from the eviction suit if it comes to that. I'll file against Jane Doe and all occupants. You get out clean, she gets the sheriff at the door. I went to the bank, got a cashier's check for $3,600, handed it to Derek. I sent Qley a text, me, heads up. I terminated the lease. I paid the penalty. The apartment goes back to the landlord in 7 days. You need to be out. She called me immediately. I answered this time, putting it on speaker for Mike to hear. You can't do that, she screamed. She sounded hysterical. You can't just end the lease. Where am I supposed to go? You have a rock, don't you? I said. Go stay with Justin. Justin lives in a studio with 3 roommates. He can't take me. Not my problem, Qley. You told me to get out. I got out, and I took my lease with me. I'm not leaving, she yelled. I have tenants' rights. My mom spoke to a lawyer. Your mom's divorce lawyer from 1998 doesn't count. Good luck, Qley. I hung up. Then the harassment started. Her mom, Linda, called me. Linda is a piece of work. She's the one who taught Qley that men are utility objects. Jason, you are being incredibly immature, Linda lectured. You are putting a young woman on the street. A man provides. A man protects. You are acting like a child. Linda, I said, your daughter is sleeping with another guy in the apartment I pay for. If you're so concerned, she can move into your guest room. We are renovating the guest room right now, she stammered. Right, of course you are. 2 days passed. I got an email from Amazon. Order confirmation. Sony 65-inch OLED TV, $1,800, shipping to old apartment address, payment method Visa ending in. She had access to my Amazon account on the smart TV I left behind. She tried to order a replacement for the TV I took, using my stored card. This was the mistake I was waiting for. Attempted credit card fraud. I canceled the order immediately. Then I changed the Amazon password. Then I called the non-emergency line again. I'd like to file a report for attempted identity theft and credit card fraud. I have the logs, I have the IP address, thanks Amazon support. I didn't press charges yet, I just wanted the report number. I texted the report number to Qley. Nice try ordering the TV. Police report number 24-0981. Attempted credit card fraud is a felony. Leave the apartment by Sunday or I hand this over to the detective. Radio silence for 6 hours. Then a text from Justin. Bro, come on. She's freaking out. You're scaring her. Can't we work something out? She just needs a month to find a place. The audacity of this guy. You're wearing my robe and drinking my wine, Justin. You don't get a vote. Get her out or I press charges for the fraud. And Derek files for eviction on Monday. Tick-tock. Yesterday was Sunday, the deadline. I drove by the apartment complex and parked across the street, just to watch. At 4 p.m., I saw a U-Haul pull up. It wasn't professional movers. It was Justin and 2 guys who looked like they'd rather be undergoing root canals. They started hauling boxes. Qley came out carrying a lamp, my lamp actually, but I let it slide. She looked miserable. She wasn't wearing makeup. She was yelling at Justin to be careful with her shoe collection. They loaded the truck. It took 3 hours. At 7 p.m., the truck drove off. I walked over to the building. Derek met me in the lobby. She gone? Looks like it. We went up to the unit. It was a disaster. Trash everywhere. Wine stains on the beige carpet. The wall behind where my desk used to be had a hole in it, like someone had thrown a heavy object. And the smell. It smelled like a frat house that hadn't been cleaned in a decade. Security deposit is gone, Derek said, taking photos. Cleaning fee, carpet replacement, drywall repair. Keep it, I said. Worth it. But then I saw it. On the kitchen counter, a stack of envelopes. My mail. She had opened it. One of them was a letter from the IRS. Another was a medical bill. Opening someone else's mail is a federal crime. And right next to it, the spare key to my car, which she swore she lost. And, I kid you not, a note written on a paper towel in Sharpie. You're a small petty man. I hope you die alone. P.S. I took the ice cube trays. She took the ice cube trays. Who steals ice cube trays? I took a picture of the note. Derek, I said, send me the bill for whatever the deposit doesn't cover. I'll pay it. You sure? You can sue her for half. I have a better idea. I have the police report for the credit card attempt. I have the evidence of mail tampering. And I have the photos of the damages. I'm not suing her for the money. She has no money. I'm going to file a small claims case for the damages solely so it hits the public record. And I'm going to report the fraud to the credit bureaus. Because here's the thing about entitlement. It relies on the victim staying silent to avoid drama. I'm done avoiding drama. I'm going to officiate it. Update 3. The Fallout, final update. It's been 3 weeks since the great ice cube tray heist. I am currently settled into a new apartment. It's smaller, lacks a balcony, but it has one major feature my old place didn't. Peace. Here's how the dominoes fell. The financial wreckage. Derek sent me the final itemized bill. The security deposit, $1,500, was wiped out. The total damages plus the lease break fee came to roughly $5,200. I paid it. It hurt my savings account, but I considered it a freedom tax. However, I didn't let Qley off the hook. I filed a suit in small claims court for $2,600, her half of the damages/break fee. I sent the summons to her parents' house where I knew she was crashing. I didn't hire a lawyer. I just organized my evidence binder. The lease, listing her as occupant, the text messages acknowledging she wouldn't leave, the photos of the damage, and the receipts. She didn't show up to the hearing last Tuesday. Default judgment in my favor. $2,600 plus court costs. Now, collecting that money from her is like trying to squeeze blood from a stone. I know she doesn't have it. But the judgment is now on her record. Good luck renting a decent apartment in this city with a civil judgment from a former landlord situation on your background check. The relationship. The rock, Justin, apparently crumbled under pressure. I found this out from a mutual friend who is still on Qley's private Snapchat story. Apparently, living with Justin in a studio apartment with 3 roommates wasn't the vibe Qley was looking for. She posted a rant about boys who pretend to be men and needing a partner who can provide stability. She's back living with Linda, her mom. Linda, by the way, tried to call me one last time to mediate. Jason, she's depressed. She's sleeping all day. You need to fix this. You broke her. I said, Linda, she tried to commit credit card fraud on my account. If you call me again, I'm pressing charges for that and the mail theft. Do not contact me. She hasn't called since. The career hit. Remember how she's a social media consultant? Well, entitlement has a way of bleeding into professional life. Apparently, during her meltdown week, she missed a deadline for her only major client, the boutique. When they fired her, she went on the boutique's Instagram page, which she still had access to, and posted a rant about how they were toxic and cheap. The owner of the boutique is friends with my boss's wife. Small world. The boutique owner threatened to sue her for defamation. Qley had to issue a public apology video. I watched it. It was the fakest, most filter-heavy crying video I've ever seen. Her reputation in the local freelance market is toast. The closure yesterday, I went to the gym. I usually go at 6 a.m. to avoid people, but I slept in, so I went at 5 p.m. I walked in and saw Justin. He was spotting some guy on the bench press. He saw me. He froze. I didn't say anything. I didn't try to intimidate him. I just walked past him to the water fountain, wearing my hoodie, which I retrieved from the laundry pile she left behind. He literally packed up his bag and left the gym 5 minutes later. He knows. He knows he was a pawn, and he knows he backed the wrong horse. The epilogue. I'm not hiking the Appalachian Trail. I'm not dating a supermodel. I'm sitting on my IKEA couch, eating takeout tacos. But last night, I realized something. I left a glass of water on the coffee table before I went to bed. When I woke up, it was still there. Nobody yelled at me for leaving a ring on the table. Nobody asked me why I didn't put it in the dishwasher immediately. Nobody told me I was disrespecting the space. The silence in my apartment isn't lonely. It's luxurious. Qley texted me one last time 3 days ago. Qley, I miss the dog. Can I come see him? We don't have a dog. We never had a dog. She was fishing, trying to find any thread to pull to get me to engage. I blocked the number. She told me to leave. I listened. It was the best decision I ever made. To anyone reading this who is walking on eggshells in their own home, the door works both ways. Use it.